Welcome to KX News on the Go. I'm Chance Sicklen. You've probably seen the piles by now, stacked branches, uprooted trees, and while the skies have cleared, the real storm cleanup is just getting started. Crews have been working around the clock since Friday night to get the tree limbs and broken brush off of streets, out of public spaces, and away from sidewalks. Bismarck Public Works says they've already hauled away more than 1,100 tons of storm debris, and that number continues to climb. But all that debris has to go somewhere. Right now it's heading to the landfill, but instead of just dumping it, the city's trying to give it a second life by turning smaller pieces into mulch and setting aside logs for free firewood. The damage, though, still hard to miss.
It's the most impactful storm that we've seen probably the last 10 years, but I do believe we've seen more impactful storms in the history of the city of Bismarck.
And if you're interested in free mulch or firewood, you can head directly to the landfill. No appointment needed. Just check in at the scale and they will direct you. City officials say curbside pickup will continue through next week. Many high school and college students have found jobs for the summer, and even an accounting professor at UMary has been doing some summer school of his own. Robert Dosch, who teaches accounting at UMary, has spent the last 2 months shadowing staffers in the state auditor's office. Dosch is getting a feel for how the department runs as a way of encouraging some of his students to consider going to work in state government. Right now, state auditor Josh Gallen says just like many trades, there's a high demand for accountants.
Sometimes different industry types just get a label that isn't accurate, right? So in certain campus populations, it's like, well, work for the state government, right? It gets communicated as a low value item, which is not.
Get them into these accounting courses with the hopes that they're going to complete an accounting degree. And we know that it's not just going to benefit us. We rely heavily on our clients having well-trained, highly skilled accounting professionals as well.
UMary students will start their fall term on September 1st. The summer slide has nothing to do with outdoor fun. Rather, it's the decline in academic skills and knowledge that students experience during summer break when they are not in the classroom. On average, students lose 1 to 2 months of learning over the summer, especially when it comes to math and reading. That's why it's important for kids to continue learning during the summer break, and places like the public library step in to help keep kids' minds active during these months. At the Minot Public Library, kids can take a part in a variety of free programs ranging from reading challenges to STEM workshops and hands-on activities that are all designed to prevent that summer slide.
A lot of family bonding goes into that, especially with younger kids when they're reading with their parents or caregivers. That just, it brings that bond so much closer.
This year, more than 700 kids are participating in the summer reading program at the Minot Public Library. Now here's Andre with a quick check of your weekend forecast.
Well, thank you so much, Chance. And looking here in the capital city, well, you really can't look right now because of this dense fog right now. And looking at our visibilities here in town, we are seeing visibilities at 2 miles and our current temperatures are at 60 degrees. Now, once we get into around the Rugby area, we are also seeing a little bit of that patchy fog too. And guess what? Our current temperatures are at 58 degrees and our visibility are at 5 miles. Now, looking at our current storm team radar, we're looking at those partly to mostly cloudy skies in our eastern area. And then we have that dense fog in our south and eastern areas, impacting places like Elgin, into the Linton area, and into the Harvey area too. And looking at our current visibilities right now, our visibilities are looking quite rough here in around Bismarck, and also there in Harvey a little bit on the low side. But look at there in Linton and Mobridge, ooh boy, near 0 miles. So make sure you're being careful out there, folks. And for this very reason, we do have a dense fog advisory in effect through 10 o'clock this morning, and this includes Garrison, Bismarck, and Mandan, also there in the Elgin area, and there in Linton and Ashley too. So make sure that you're driving slowly and steady this morning. Now, as we get into our current temperatures, our temperatures right now are mainly in the 50s and the 60s, and these temperatures are going to increase throughout the rest of the day today. I'll show you that in just a little bit, and that is going to help spark off some shower and thunderstorm chances later on this afternoon and evening, and some of these storms could be on the strong severe side. side with that slight chance of severe weather for our eastern areas, and we also have this marginal chance of severe weather for our western areas. And what does this mean? Well, let's check it out. We do have the potential of seeing some isolated tornadoes along and east of Highway 83, so that's going to be something to watch out for. And this includes the Bismarck area, so that's something to really watch out for. And also the large hail threat will be quite increasing during this period of time as well. And the damaging wind threat has increased a little bit over the last 24 hours with that hatch threat here in the Bismarck area. So be careful out there during the rest of the day today. And looking at our precision cast, this is 2 o'clock this afternoon, and this is where we are seeing those isolated showers developing in our north and western areas, right? But once we get into around 6 o'clock, we're going to be starting to see a line developing just between Minot and Williston here, and then it's going to be tracking its way towards the south and east, and it's going to be impacting places like Harvey into the Bismarck area. So that's something to really watch out for. And as we head into around 2 o'clock overnight tonight, that is where that complex will move its way towards the eastern side of the state. So make sure you have that KX Storm Team app on hand, and the KX Storm Team will keep you posted here. Now, where to go in an event of a tornado or a severe thunderstorm warning? Make sure that you go on the lowest level of your home, preferably away from windows and preferably in a basement. But if you don't have a basement, go into that interior closet or that windowless bathroom. Now, looking at our highs for today, will be in the mid to upper 80s, and that's really going to help elevate those storms in our eastern areas. And overnight tonight, we will see those temperatures drop on down into the 50s and 60s. So it's going to be a relatively mild night in store for us here. And here in Williston, we will continue to see those temperatures remain in the 80s over the next several days, with those mainly sunny conditions returning as well. And once we get into the Dickinson area, we will also see those temperatures in the low to mid 80s. And once we get into the Magic City, we will see those temperatures start out in the upper 80s, right? But once we get into this weekend and into next week, we will continue to see those temperatures in the 80s. And that same thing goes here in the capital city too. So Chance, have that KX Storm Team app on hand.
That's a good idea. All right, Andre, thank you so much. Well, for everyone here at KX News, I'm Chance Thicklin. Have a great weekend.